Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Mindminx show. I am your favorite Mindminx, and we are live here at Mix Vibes Radio. And we have a really special guest today via Zoom. Let's all please welcome Sunny Lee Marie, the Bronx Babe. Hello, darling.
Woo! Hey, how are you doing? I don't see you though.
You don't see me?
I don't see you. I don't see you at all.
Okay.
I don't know. I see you now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, when I'm speaking, I think that's how Zoom works. When I'm speaking, my picture comes up for you.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
So we are.
We're all here.
We're all here, yes. All right, so we're here to talk about a very special thing that you did, and I got to see it live, and I was really impressed with how proud all of your fans were to say you had this dream and you accomplished it. So why don't we get right into it? Let's talk about the Bronx Babe.
Alrighty. Well, the Bronx Babe began. I've always had this concept in my idea while I was growing up in the 70s, in middle school, where the Bronx Babe takes place and time, and that I was living through something really special. I mean, it was hip hop, it was rock, it was punk, it was R&B, soul, funk, all mixed into one. And I look around me and I was like, what is going on here? And just the games we played, like the game Wink is another way of playing Spin the Bottle, a wholly different, completely different way of playing Spin the Bottle. And I wanted to share that with everybody, growing up, back in the day, because nowadays, it's not that kind of like flesh on flesh interaction.
No, there isn't.
There's more of a passive aggressive thing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a passive aggressive thing going on since the beginning of time, but now it's even more so. And, so how much money you have instead of like back then we glorified character and comedy. And the funnier you were, the more friends you got, and now it's like, you have to like meet somebody via video, Zoom,
Right.
like we're doing now. But it's still all good. The vibrations still transmit. I wrote the show. One number reason why I wrote this show. I lost my entire immediate family. They all died, young too, sister, brother, mother, father.
Wow.
And I really, I was just alone. I mean, nobody around, like, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Sally.
Mm-hmm.
When things you're lucky if you have one person that loves you in this life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead serious. I've seen children turn their back on their own parents.
I've seen
But
it
if you
too.
have, right? You've seen it. Oh my God. If you have one person that loves you, that really loves you. And I was lucky. I believe my mother and father really loved me. I sometimes question my sister and brother's love, but I know my mother and father loved me. And my father's advice was always to, stay strong. Don't let negative thoughts control you. Don't let your environment control you so much. At least pick good friends. And that's the theme of the story.
Right.
Show me your friends and I'll know who you are. And that is a lesson that I didn't learn till my ripe old age. I'm serious.
Well, at least
And,
you learned it. There's plenty of people out there that never do.
And never accomplish their dreams.
Yep.
So my father, when I was sitting on the couch in tears, I mean, I was devastated. I was floored. I mean, I didn't even have a friend. My friends that I thought were my friends, even a best friend that I'd known for like 30 years, turned their back on me. I mean, just like they were happy that I was going through this misery. And some family too were happy. I was like, whoa, I see it on their faces that they were glad that I was, because I was always such a positive person, nothing would get me down. But this did. It destroyed me.
Aww.
It literally destroyed me. My mother's passing destroyed me the most as well, because I was so primal, and she was such a good, sweet Puerto Rican 4'11" powerhouse.
That sounds like my mom.
Your mom too,
Yeah.
tiny, the petite. You got to watch out for short women. They'll
Yes.
kick your butt. They'll take care of business.
They're
okay?
Spitfire,
They're used to
man.
fighting. Yeah. They're used to fighting all their life. God knows. You know what I mean? Everybody's always picking on them, so they're ready and prepared. So yeah, so in tears on the couch, lonely, heartbroken, sad, didn't have any lust for life, you know. I was even having a beer in the morning. I swear to
Wow.
God. I was like, and I'm not a drinker like that, but I was drinking and I was sad. And nothing could kill the pain. I mean, not even just nothing. And then I decided to write about happier times. And about 1,000 cups of green teas later, I had written a story, and it made me laugh, and it made me happy, and it brought me back to life. Because literally, I did want to die. I did.
Oh,
I just didn't have any. I didn't have any faith in anybody and people. My spirituality was still there though, so that pushed me out of it. Also, because I'm not like one of those holy rollers, and
mm-hmm.
I don't believe in any church, any religion. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I just believe in my reality, what I experience, my
Right,
perception.
right.
And I believe higher power, higher person, higher us,
Sure.
but it's not like that. I still need to research, until I can make any kind of sort of belief system at all. So that pulled me out of a really dark space writing this show. And um, I recommend it to anybody, just like when you're in a really bad place, just follow your dream,
Yeah.
whatever it is, whatever, how big or small. Mine was to do an off Broadway show, and in hopes of selling it into a film, and bringing as many smiles to people's faces, as many as, especially in these troubled times right now. What we need is a simple story. I mean, a happy, simple story, and that you find joy through loss, through grief, and appreciate what you have instead of suffering of what you have. And that's really my message all along. I performed a show in 2014, and I had an accident. I had a major knee surgery operation. I cracked my kneecap.
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
a compound fracture. I remember I cracked it. And I was on the floor, and the ambulance comes, and I says, I see this dent on my kneecap, and the ambulance driver goes, whatever. I says, girl, if you had a broken kneecap, you'd be screaming in pain right now. I said, well, there's something wrong with this thing, and I was able to get up too, and
Wow.
not no pain, nothing. So and now it's swelling up, still no pain. I'm like, this is weird, weird. So we get the X-rays, we do the X-rays, have the X-rays done. Then the doctor comes out with the X-rays and says, Miss Lee, this is bad. This is exactly what she said.
This
This
is
is
bad.
bad.
Thanks.
I went, bad?
Like, thanks.
Who says bad? Yeah, just bad. This is bad. I went, oh yeah, not bad. And she says, well, your kneecap is fractured, compound fracture in pieces. And she showed me the X-ray, and you see a whole bunch of pieces cracked. So they had to operate, and it's a serious operation where they put the kneecap back together with pins.
Okay.
And yeah, so that was done. That was like 2 years of recovery. I mean, the excruciating pain for rehab. No pain at the time, which is kind of
Rehab. Yeah.
weird,
That was
right?
your all your
And
adrenaline.
no, it wasn't. I
No?
didn't have pain. No, I didn't have pain until they had the operation
Wow.
to the stiffness, to bend the knee, to move the knee again. But
Wow.
before that, before the operation, they were giving me pain medication. I said, I really don't need it. Yeah, thank
Wow.
you. I didn't even need an aspirin. Nothing. It was just inflamed.
Wow.
I know, weird, strange, right? So,
That's
so
the
that
Puerto Rican in
happened.
you.
Oh my God! And then, recently, I'm gonna have to say this. I lost a cousin, and my cousin and her husband to a tragic fire in
Oh
September.
no. Oh
Oh my
no. My
God!
apologies.
I know, in the Bronx. Oh goodness gracious! And then I'm like, I, the show. I'm like, oh my God! How am I gonna focus? And then, I had an argument with somebody trying to control me, looking out for me, but like trying to control me.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why are these things happening? Like it was just like a weird, like forces of darkness will come out.
Well, we were in
Just
retrograde. We definitely were in retrograde.
oh, it has been a bad season. Do you know? I learned from an astrologer that these 2 weeks coming up, from November 4th all the way up to November 18th, that this is like the most pleasant time of the entire year that we have. Everything else is a lot of salty aspects. This is the sweetest aspects for these 2 weeks when the Mars goes into Scorpio
Yep.
and the sun of Scorpio. And these 2 weeks are going to be heavenly, so enjoy them.
Yes,
Okay, from
and
November 4th to the
no,
18th.
well,
Then
you
we
know
go
what
into
happens November
eclipses.
4th, don't you? It's a new moon.
Yes,
It's new moon
that's
in
it.
Aries.
That's when and Aries and Mars
Yep.
is in Scorpio. We're very happy to be there because we're in
Yes.
Scorpio. All about the powers, the dark and
Definitely
transformational
rejuvenate
power.
time. Absolutely. But
Yeah, and people are gonna have a nice sweet 2 weeks, and then it's all hell's gonna break loose again,
again, but we
like the whole year. Don't worry about it. We're used to it already.
we're
We know what's
right.
going on,
But when
and
it
it's so funny. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like, when you wrote these stories, when you wrote down these stories, which were more for like your therapy, did you know then
Yeah,
and then that you wanted to make a show, or was that something that came
yes.
after? Oh, so
I knew immediately
oh, okay.
when I was writing it because I had the idea when I was in my 30s, 30 years ago. How's that?
Wow,
And I
amazing!
know
You look amazing.
I got the title 30 years ago, and I was going to do something about it then. But see, when I was younger, I was very scattered. I was just wild and free, and I liked it like that. I mean, I rode on the seat of my pants. Some people go, oh, you were a little bit foolish with your money, with this and with that, but I was perfectly fine with it. You know what I mean? I was just living. I, I flew here, flew there, cried on my 30th birthday like a little
Aw.
wimp. You know, yeah, I didn't like turning 30. After 30, it was nothing. It was a piece of cake. I was like, okay, because the 30 was the one I didn't want because I had so much fun in my 20s. I enjoyed my 20s. Like, you wouldn't believe it. I used to come in the room one time, with other models. I was modeling. I remember
We
one
were going to
time,
talk about that. We were definitely going to talk about your modeling career.
oh my God. I remember going into a discotheque called the Pasha in Japan, and all the other models were there, and I was really popular. And, my birth name is Janet, right? My friends call me Sunny,
Mm-hmm.
old friends call me Sunny. But, my modeling name was Janet at the time, right? So I come into the club, and it just happened to be that Bob Marley, we're jamming. Remember that song? We're
Yes,
jamming.
of
We're
course.
jamming. So the crowd saw me, and instead of singing the song that way, they said, "We're Janet. We're Janet. We're Janet." I was like, "Oh shit, yeah!"
How
So
cool
that
is
was me.
that?
I was like,
How cool is
"Yeah,
that?
party girls here in town." And so, a lot of stuff like that, and a lot of missed opportunities, and I'm really glad about that. Like I was in a restaurant in Milan, and I was, of course, with all my friends and drinking champagne and having a fabulous time. And I was a little bit vain. I used to, in front of people, if there was a mirror nearby, I was like, "Oh, I can't look. I'm too attractive. It'll kill me to look at myself one more time." So, things like that. But I was just all in fun, all in fun. I really didn't have that kind of ego. But anyway, I was tougher on myself then than I am now. I was tough on myself when I was perfect and gorgeous and young and beautiful. And now that I'm not any of those things, really, beauty's still there, a little faded, but it's still there.
Oh, it's
I
definitely still
feel
there.
more, I feel more comfortable with myself now, and that's what I want to give to the people. Really, the inspiration for writing this show, hoping to make it into a film or TV network, Netflix kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
a series and whatnot, which I'm sure is going to happen because I have
Wow.
plenty of contact, right? And you saw the show. I mean, it's a lot of
Yes.
cute things, a lot
Yes.
of Chinese girl, African American, Jewish, everybody was like, I'm going to give a lot of parts to a lot of diverse human beings, right? Actors. And so, anyway, I had a lot of opportunities in the modeling, and I was in the restaurant being all fabulous one night, and Gianni Versace saw me, and he sent, yeah, I know, and he saw me. Oops, I got to get my ear. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay. You knew that was going to happen. Okay.
While you get your ear, we are again live here at Mixed Vibes Radio. Don't forget to like, share, and add. We are available on Twitch, YouTube, and of course, mix5radio.com.
All right. So anyway, so one of his guys come over and say, "Hey, listen, Gianni Versace would like to see you at his house, to fit
Oh
you."
my
I said,
God.
"Oh, that's fabulous. That's great." So I was going back to my good time. So the next day I go and he fits me and he goes, "I want you. You're the type of model that I like." And that was like the Cindy Crawford time, Eva Evangelista. I don't know if you remember those
Yes, I
supermodels, the
do.
80s, 90s.
Yes.
So it was the 80s supermodel kind of thing. And he loved me. And I could understand why he did. And he goes, "You're fabulous. Da, da, da." So I fell in love with an Italian boy in Italy, and he broke my heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. But he was honest about it, and he told me. So no hate there for him. But I was devastated. So I left Italy, and I never went back to Versace not even when I was in New York or anything. I just completely forgot about it.
Oh no!
And then I thought about it years later. I said, "Oh, that was Gianni Versace."
Fucking boys.
But
fucking boys.
I'm glad I didn't make it. I'm glad I didn't do it because I think I would have been, I would have been like an Amy Winehouse story like that.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I think it was like, accidentally some shit would have happened because I was out there hanging out too much, enjoying life too much, a little too much. Yeah, I was jet setting too. I was going to Switzerland, Germany, Japan, Hong Kong, and finding work out there and having fun. So I think it was destiny for me to be in this spot right now.
You got to experience it. You have the stories, and now you outgrew it. That's so freaking cool.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's what I think my life purpose was to have these experiences and tell the story, because I do want to I already have notes on the high school years of the Bronx Babe.
Oh,
this is that one is awesome.
So this was the middle school.
This is the Bronx Babe is middle school.
Okay.
I have the title for the high school years, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
It's too damn good.
All right.
There's too many copycats out there.
I know.
It's damn
I don't blame
good.
you.
But the high school years talks about how I hung around with like a Jewish, Irish, Italian, mostly Caucasian, and some, you sprinkle in blacks and Latinas and Chinese that like rock. Then I hung out with my other group of friends with a sprinkling of all cultures, but mostly Latina and black, and whatever for the hustle. So I would change clothes too. I would wear khaki pants and my marshmallows to go with my disco buddies. And then I would wear my Earth shoes and my Levi jeans or Wrangler jeans and go with my rock buddies. It was like amazing. And how like each culture, and back then they were going, disco sucks. And I was like, no, nothing sucks.
Nothing sucks.
Everything's good. But so I'm just, this is the Bronx Babe, this off-Broadway production was my platform to launch many other stories that literally saved my life, and it brought me out of a deep, dark depression, and taught me how to celebrate life rather than regret it, or you know what I mean? Regrets for what?
No,
we're living in our own head anyway. Yeah, it really doesn't exist anymore. It's just our robotic bodies memorizing stuff and bringing us down because of repeated behavioral thinking.
The only thing I've learned is you can only regret what you haven't done.
That's what I've seen with a lot of people that I've seen pass away. That is their only regret. And you know what? I say go for it. Go broke. Do what you have to do to get where you want to go. Because you know what? I sleep at night. I do. I really do. I've never slept so good and not as many hours. I don't think we need all that much sleep. I don't want to sleep my life away because I think I slept a lot of it away. I think 6 hours is decent for somebody, for most people. But everybody goes, no, 8 hours, 9 hours. No, you're just sleeping yourself away. You're sleeping your life away. And so now, I was surprised when the debut performance that I did 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to sleep. No, I fell asleep really well. I was like, wow,
awesome.
That's surprising. But I was a little nervous. Yesterday's performance, everybody was like burnt out from being like a caterpillar or a cat or
all the Halloween stuff.
All the holiday. Yeah, right. We were talking about that. Hello, Sally, you're guilty too. But you kept yourself going, right? You
Yes,
know, you had fun, and that's what it is. And so next week we'll be filming it, the show,
that's
and you know that,
exciting.
yeah, that one, that's big. So I have to make sure that I'm really on point with that. You know, no forgetting my lines here and there. You know, I mean, I had to reframe, as you know, but I think I caught it well. I think, you know, hey,
Hey,
we're only
listen,
human, right?
it's your life that you're performing, so there
I
is no
mean, really,
wrong or right.
like it's not that serious, right?
Yeah,
I mean, and you know what I find? I find that the audience is on your side. They want you to do well. They
sure.
do. We all are really super powerfully good. We just don't realize it yet, you know. Uh, Soon in time, people will know how special they really are. And because I see that in the audience, I said they want me. They're wishing me well.
Oh, 100%
Even
they
my
are.
haters are wishing me well because they want to be entertained too. You know,
They need something to talk about.
as that, yeah, something to do too. Because you know, I'll tell you, the vibrations that I'm feeling is a lot of frustration and a lot of frustration about money, and I understand it. You know, we all have it, but it's a little bit hyper focused. You know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
people just need something to get their mind off of it. Just completely stop thinking, repeating that over and over in your head. And that is what I learned from writing the show too. I says I had to stop repeating, you know, what I was missing, repeating my broken heart,
Aw.
retelling myself my sob story, how wishing how things could be different. What a waste of time that was. That this thing brought me out into another time, happier times. I wasn't going to write about anything sad, even though I did write "Having a Beer with Jesus," my number one, the single coming out soon.
There you go.
You know,
Well,
so it's just about giving hope. Look at me. I'm like, I hate to say my age because you know I'm old school, but I'll say it because I can't lie anymore. I'm telling a story that happened 40 years ago. How old can I be? 10. So I'm 60. No, 50 years ago. Wait, 80, 90, 2000, 10, 20. Yeah, 51 years ago, the story
wow.
starts from 1970. So I'm 62. My advice to everybody is you don't know when success is supposed to hit you. It could hit you in your 20s. It hit me in my 20s in a big way. And then, you know, 30s and 40s, oh no, you know, you're getting old. The modeling, the actors, you're not, an ingenue
Right,
anymore. You're not
right.
like, oh, everybody loves you like they used to. But that's okay. And success can come again more than once, and it can happen not even in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, or even 50s. It could happen to you in your 60s and 70s. Like that guy, Kentucky Fried Chicken guy. What's his name? The Colonel.
Oh,
He
he
used
became
his
famous.
mother's he used his mother's recipe at 62 years old. He became a millionaire. He sold
Wow.
he had the recipe for the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I think is like, no offense to Kentucky Fried Chicken lovers, but I don't like it.
I don't
I
like
don't.
it either.
I don't eat it. I tasted it one time. I was like, oh, GMO. It
Jim.
tastes. I don't know. I was like, I don't know
So,
what the hell this food is. But yeah, so that's that, and I have two more performances left,
so let's
and
talk about your performances. You are going to be performing. I know you keep saying off Broadway, but when I said that to a friend of mine that I went to go see a show off Broadway and I said the name of the theater, they're like, I know that's technically off Broadway, but that's still the theater district. So you are
a block away,
a block away.
a block and a half away.
And tell me the name of the theater again because I am going to
Oh
mess it up.
yes, okay. The Actors Temple Theater on
There you go.
West 47th Street.
It was super easy to
Yeah.
get to. Super. I felt like I was a part of the. You know how like when you go to a lot of these shows and you're in the audience, like you're like a gazillion miles away from the stage. We were right there, and I got to see you up close, and um, I really got to see it. And what I'm gonna say about the show that I got to see, you do talk about a very hard subject, and you ended the show, and I felt like that was so perfect because if you went more into the story, I'm a crier. I would have been
Oh,
sobbing in the theater.
oh.
So you ended it
Oh,
perfectly, and I thought it was really great. And I loved the support that I got to see you get from your
oh,
friends,
did
from your
you?
fans. Yes, because they were so proud of you for actually actualizing and bringing to life your dream. This wasn't, like people, like you said, it, people talk about stuff all the time and never actually do anything with it. And you did. You didn't let your age or circumstance or quarantine or a broken kneecap stop you from
Good.
bringing this to life. So I just want to give a shout out to all your friends who came and gave you flowers and, you know,
Love you guys. Mwah.
yes,
Yes, thank
that was so
you to
great to
all of you.
see. Do you want to know what else
Especially
I
my
thought?
corner.
You're what?
Yes. Especially to my cornerstone sisters. There's a little like, I went to bereavement because I just couldn't handle the pain of losing them all, so closely together. That, Sister Betty and Sister Maureen and my cornerstone sisters at St. Benedict's in the Bronx, love you. And they saw the pain and they nourished me and helped me, realize how special I am, and I
Yeah,
am like God's child, whatever. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I hate to get sound religious, but everybody knows that. So, but I thank them, and I thank my family that supported me and came for me and like dire need. Like my cousin Susan, my cousin Trish, my especially also my aunt Eileen, and the Irish side and the Latin side, my Evelyn Rivera, my cousin. So that they all came through for me, and they, of course they were patient with the dream because when you start talking to people about like an off Broadway production, something big like that, they think you're crazy.
I feel
You
you.
they
I know exactly what you mean. Here I am at
The artist has
46 with a
no
freaking
chance.
radio show.
I know. I'm sure that they said, wait, but you have such the gift of gab, Sally. So
I
I
like
don't think
saying I
people
can
would.
have a conversation with The Rock and a
You
good one.
can very well. Very well, very well, and that's a gift. And but for something like that, you show it clearly. But like an artist, like a writer, writers usually have a little difficult because people find it like, what are you doing? Sitting down, writing all day, and what are you doing? I mean, what's your day job? Like I have to have a day job, right?
Everybody has to have a day job.
Have a day job, right? To do what you want to do. But it's the idea of everybody should pursue their dream and not just work to make money. That is going to put you in such a rut for your entire life. You're never going to be truly fulfilled. You're never going to
Correct.
full bloom to who the hell you are or discover who you are.
Right.
Because we don't know who we are. I still don't know who I am. I have the Bronx Babe, but that's just one mask that I take off.
Right.
And then I'm Sunny Marie Lee, and that's another mask I put on and take off.
Sure.
And then, whatever they call you when you were a kid. They called me Sunny when I was a kid, and they also called me Janetita, the Puerto Rican side. Janetita, little Janet.
Yep.
Right? But everybody has all these masks, but we're probably not even any of those. Like going into the chakras, going deep inside your soul, going up to the non-physical reality. We all have to do that, and the society is keeping us away from that, making us like just workers. Go out, work, have a hamburger, go to a movie, go to a theater, interact with friends, drink alcohol, smoke weed, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's all we do with our lives. Is
Yep.
that all we're supposed to do with our lives? No, I don't think so. But I do want you to come to the show. I mean, hey, to make you laugh. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. No, it's
do support
definitely good.
Broadway.
Yes. And so the
But that
show, because it is in Manhattan, in the greatest city in the world, but you do have
it
to
is
show
magical,
your
magical.
vaccination card. So I did appreciate that. And you are running
What did you
for
say?
that. They asked me to show my vaccination card.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
And you're
Yes.
running for another couple of weeks. What are the dates for your next
Just to,
shows?
oh, God. Next show is October 6th, and the final performance of the Bronx Babe is November 13th.
Okay, so November 6th and
So,
November
Simone,
13th. Where can people find
come
tickets
on
if they
out.
wanted to purchase tickets?
Okay, so I do have a link on if they go to the Bronx Babe .godaddysites.com.
Okay.
that will connect you to my website and also to the telecharge to book tickets
Okay.
as well.
And
So
they
the bronxbabe.godaddysite.com.
okay. And
And
then
they,
also you have a link in your Instagram as well?
yes, it's on my bio. The link
Okay.
is on my bio on Instagram as well as on Facebook.
And
You just
that
click it,
and it'll take you where you need
and
to
it
go. It's the Bronx Babe.
dot GoDaddySites with an S.com.
So, if anyone
Yes.
is interested in a great show, which just talks about stories of real life stories, not fictitious stories of what it was like being a grade schooler here in the Bronx, growing up
In
in a very
1970.
poignant time. Yeah, that was a really cultural turning point for the Bronx, I feel, and
Multicultural.
multicultural.
Multi. Multi.
And
Uh,
when it was okay to still have those interactions and not feel like you had to be segregated between each other. And you talk about it all. You talk about gangs and having to fight. I thought that was so hysterical that the one gang member.
you,
I don't want to give anything away, but
oh, you can.
when the one
You can
gang
say it.
member was gonna send somebody after you because you had kissed her guy once, and the funniest
I
part,
know.
once you kissed him once, like way before, and then like it wasn't even that good. I don't know what the
Oh,
big deal.
oh, disgusting. Just to put it mildly. Uh, yeah, it was bad. I was like, and I called a girl out to fight that was the leader of a violent gang from the South Bronx. She would have killed me. She would have killed me. I was safe. You
But
could
she
say that,
still had
right?
that
I'm
conversation
alive.
with you. Yeah, you're here
I'm
to
not
talk
scarred
about
up. Oh my
it.
God. But you know what it is? I asked like the young people at my day job. I says, it's mostly Latina and Black and, Guyanese and Jamaican and stuff like that. I work with a lot of them. And I asked them, did you go to school with any white people? And they all say no. They never had white friends. They never. So this is what I'm upset about a little bit. And I've spoken to a few teachers about that. How the desegregation, it worked. It surely worked in the story. I don't know if you remember when my sister got jumped in the story,
Mm-hmm.
and then after she got jumped by these girls, they became friends. So, well, of course, it's going to be a little rough in the beginning,
Sure.
but desegregation works, and they took it away. And now, like, you have like this population of kids that don't even have the experience of meeting Caucasian friends and seeing how wonderful it is to learn about all the cultures.
Or
New York
vice
City used to
versa.
be a
Yeah.
melting pot. It's
Yeah.
not that much anymore. It's segregated, rich, poor,
Right.
black, white,
That's the big.
right?
That's the big exclamation point right there because they're yeah, exactly. It's the
A
rich.
lot of teachers are fighting for this, in the school education departments. Yes, they're fighting for the desegregation to happen again, because it works. It gets a little tough in the beginning, but it works. I used
Nobody
to
wants
see
to go through the
all
tough
kinds of.
parts.
It does work, but this is the problem with the world today. We're not the real melting pot as we used to be.
Nope.
We're being separated.
They did it by
But
communities instead of doing it by
I
building. They did it by communities.
oh yes, they said, and then instead of busing the kids, like what this show is really silently. I'm talking. Behind the scenes, everything is a story and a reason behind everything I say. I don't like it's in a parable, so to speak, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like saying things directly, like I'm saying them now.
Yeah.
But the story is about uh, multiracial, mixing the races instead of separating them, and how it works.
Right.
It works, and we are more wonderful than we know. This is it. This is the truth.
Well,
And people have to really, I don't know what to do about it. I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what to do.
keep
That's one
telling
of
your
the songs in the
stories.
show.
Yeah, just keep telling your stories. All right,
That's
so
all.
I'm not going to take any more of your time today. I want to thank you, Sunny, so much for being here today. Again, this is Sunny Lee Marie of the Bronx Babe, playing right now
Hey,
at the Actors Temple Theater at West 47th Street in Manhattan. Tickets are available on Telecharge, and you can find the link in her bio on Instagram, Facebook, and of course the website for thebronxbabe.godaddysite.com. Sunny, thank you so
You are the
much.
best. Thank you too. It was fun.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
So go enjoy your. It is Halloween today, people.
It's
Again,
a beautiful day
It
out
is
too.
gorgeous, isn't it? All right. So everybody, if
Yeah,
you're trick or
yes.
treating, please be safe. Please
You
enjoy
too.
yourself.
Happy trick or treating.
Yes, I hope you get a whole bunch of trick or treaters today.
Me too. Mwah.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Sally.
much.
Have a
Love
good
you.
night. Bye, everybody.
Mwah.
Meow. Meow.